Today I went to an amazing class, and it was like an adjustment clinic, showing all the poses and tips on everything about each pose. It was really magical, wonderful. We started out in the beginning by calling out the numbers of like Samastitihi and the sun salutation and just going through the motions. And I was really insecure because I don't really have the numbers memorized. I've never looked at them and just memorized them. I'm actually like a very visual learner, and I feel like when things are told to me through just voice, I think there's some kind of freeze up that happens in me. I think it's a pretty common experience. So yeah, there was a bunch of people who like practiced the count, and then like there was like sort of some hesitation. Like I was scared to volunteer, but then the teacher said, "Hey, does anybody want to like practice it and just like do it badly, like have permission?" And I was like, "Yes, me." Like, so I'm really glad I took the opportunity to do it. And there's definitely like every time I watch a video of myself where I'm starting to speak, I'll notice like my voice just starting to be like this really weak, like, and I really want to work on having a stronger voice. So that's hopefully going to come with time, but I wrote some notes. These things are not on my notes. And the reason I'm making this video is, because of the miracle that happened, I think it was Thursday. So this video is about the miracle that happened, and people care about me. I think it's easy to forget things or forget that you matter, forget that you belong to a community, or forget that people care. And so I decided that I was really like, okay, what can I do to give back? Like this really inspires me. And so that's why I feel like I have to at least put my gifts into the world. And the easiest way to do that is these videos. And yeah, it was a big deal because I was terrified. And I mean, seriously, it is this black tooth that needs to come out. It's very infected. But my jaw is infected as well. So it's this long story where like this jaw infection has been going on so long that my bone's being eaten away. And so then there's all this learning about, unfortunately, it's been very painful to learn that insurance companies don't cover this and this and this. And again, it's another example of like everything in our backwards world doesn't work the way that we think it works. Yeah, I went to the appointment for the exam, and it was like, okay, you have to, this is the amount that the insurance is going to pay. They're paying like $400 or something, and the remaining balance is $1,200. So I was like, okay, well, can I make payments and this and that? They're like, no, it's due at the time of your surgery. So that's where I really freaked out, because I was like, hey, I know that you can die from a tooth infection. Someone at the homeless camp that I lived at actually died from a tooth infection. So I was like, oh no. And I couldn't just go to like the Medicaid places because they don't do bone graft, and I needed a bone graft because of the infection that's already in my jaw, because otherwise like this infection, wouldn't just go away. Yeah, I made that video, the one that's on this channel. And, yeah, it's just a miracle. And thank you, God. And thank you for reminding me that we are connected. It's like, I don't know, I feel like we get so like indoctrinated, like just take care of ourselves, like don't help each other out, like all this stuff, but it's like human beings are not like made for that. So like we do need each other, and I hope that in the future, when I get my health better, I will be contributing in more ways than just YouTube videos. Yeah. So the other thing that I had on my little list to bring up from the class this morning is something I like kind of brought up as I was like learning about it, because we were doing all these very like step-by-step things of adjustments and poses. I have this hip injury going on, and realizing like, oh, it's really about me looking at how I operate, not just in yoga, just like life as a whole. And I know that yoga, the learning is always that, like how you show up in yoga is how you show up in life. And for me personally, like I think to achieve things, I've always had this energy of like, I gotta fight really hard, I gotta like yank on things. And like what I didn't realize what I was doing is like I was yanking on this leg in Mirichasana A or Mirichasana C. And it was like, because my hip injury is right here and in the back, it was just like, it was re-injuring it, I think. And so yeah, it's really about looking at how I do things, but using the magic of the practice, because there's just like literal magic, to realign my body the way it's supposed to be. So the other thing is like almost 50 years of having this giant bunion, you can see, has like thrown off the whole entire way that I walk. So I have this weird pattern all in my hips and everything from having my legs compensating my whole life. And it's so weird because that's the compensating is like something how I've done on so many levels, and I'm just coming into these different realities. And one of the reasons I wanted to bring that up of like my own personal mindset shift is that I feel on the planet level, everyone's doing that on a bigger level when we're coming to things that we're like, wait a second, like we've always done these things, but these things aren't good for us. So we're just like questioning the world that we live in. This woman had this video that I saw yesterday that I really, really liked some of the points that she was making about how do we let these really awful things happen on the planet? It's like we've gotten so used to numbing ourselves and like running away, and like we're in this existence that we like go to these jobs that we hate, and so after we work we want to go get drunk and like have sex and do this thing or that thing to get out of the existence that we are in. Yeah, I hope I described that the way that I wanted to. I'm trying to make these videos where I don't like go and like edit them and polish them, and just like I don't want to try to have this like perfectly like organized video. I want to just be real, but I also feel like I have something to share with the world. And one last little note. The other thing that I'm learning is like, okay, why are my teeth being eaten up by my own body? And it's like, oh, bone health, dental health, etc. is like, if you have a deficiency of minerals, then you're not so equipped to have good teeth and stuff like that. So I'm just like, oh, I really got to work on my minerals in my body, and I've definitely had parasites, so they have been taking the minerals. So it's like, oh, I got to get rid of those guys and get the minerals in my body. But first I got to get this tooth out. So thank you. Thank you for the people who went and called the oral surgeon and made that payment. Thank you. I'm going on Wednesday. My friend Jeannie is driving me up there. We're leaving at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So namaste.